Welcome to this new Addon Spotlight. In this Addon Spotlight we're gonna look at the latest chopper which has been released for Flight Simulator 2020. It's the Mosquito XE Helicopter Project, which is still work in progress. It comes with 4 liveries and you need to have Airland FS installed for it. So Airland FS, for those who don't know it, is a tool which allows you to use helicopters in Flight Simulator. It's a separate download, so what you need to do is both download the helicopter but also download Airland FS. In the download of the helicopter there are Airland FS profiles included, which you can place in a profiles folder, which eventually will allow you to make sure that you can fly around with this nice tiny helicopter. So let's, I would say, fly around with our drone about it. So if you look at the quality, it's really impressive, right? If you look at the engine details, really nicely modeled, including, I would say, almost the, say, not sure what the right English word for it is, but the, say, screws or items or pops are included here. Yeah, also on this end, you can see that it's only, I would say, has 1 passenger in it, right? This is the nice one with, I would say, almost looks like a shark or something. Then we've got the propeller head on top, also nicely modeled, and we've got this small propeller on the back of the aircraft or helicopter. So let's go inside. So inside we can see the cockpit, right? The cockpit is minimal, but it contains all the functionalities. It has the start, which is green, then several other lights like the governor, the alternate, the RPMs, the PFD, right? That's allow you to show or hide the PFD, which is the display which you can see here. Here we see the vertical speed and the knots. We can open the doors, as you can see, close the doors using this button, and then we've got the hide and show gauges. I'm not sure where this button is used for, to be honest, because I don't see that they are hidden, because they're still shown here. Here we've got the magnetos on both ends, the alternators, the batteries, and some other buttons which we can use. So to start the aircraft, there's a nice manual included in the download. Right, it simply describes how you can start the helicopter. Of course, you can always do it using the control and the E key. But what they say is that you need to set the battery switch and then open the fuel selector. Well, that's one thing we didn't discover yet, right? Where's the fuel selector? It's here. So we're gonna switch it to open. That's done. Then roll on collective twist grip and switch governor. That's this one. Throttle on. Looks like it's this button, and then we've got another one. So let's have a look at the outside, right? Because those are always the cryptic buttons. So based on this, you've got a small button here. Let me go a little bit further down. You can see it's not going very well, and not the way I want it. So you've got a button here. And you've got the, let's say, the other piece here, right? The throttle, which you can set to on or off. This button, I'm not sure if this is the throttle or this is the throttle. It looks like that this looks like to be the twist, so I'm really wondering which one it is. But let's leave it for now. Then we've got both the magnetic switches, right? These are the magneto switches, which we need to switch to on. Make sure that the alternate breaker is on, which we can find here, and then press the start button, which you will find here. So it looks like it sounds good. So let's switch on some lights, which are on the bottom, right? We can switch on the strobe and the nav light, which is now on, so that's good. And if we now go outside, right, we can see that the propellers are rotating, so we need to be careful. And also the one on the back. Also, you can see that all the lighting which they included is working. You can see the strobe, right, flickering, and you can see the nice heave coming off the engines, which is also cool to see. So we can switch on the BFD using this option. You can see that it's a little bit, say, different than you might expect, but using these buttons you can move the or manage the PFD, but it looks like that there's no working PFD yet in this system. Well, there is, of course. The only thing we need to do is switch on the master switch. So this shows us the RPMs, the oil temperature, and if I'm correct, yes, and also the oil pressure, the fuel pressure, and how much fuel is left in the aircraft. Then we've got some meters here which shows some the EGT, which is the exhaustion temperature if I'm correct, and the CHT. I'm not sure what the CHT stands for, so if somebody knows, feel free to post it in the window. Now let's have a look what these buttons are doing. Are they changing something? I was thinking maybe it switches off the governor one, right? It looks like it doesn't. So let's see if we can go airborne. You can see I'm increasing the speed. You can see the RPMs increasing. And here we go. We're airborne in our small helicopter. You can see that the vertical speed as well as the speedometer are working, and you can see that the virtual horizon, which is here, also works nicely. So let's look around, right? So the nice thing about this is the helicopter, right? If you move to the left or right, it will simply really move to the left and right, and it will keep the, let's say, position in place. So you don't need to, let's say, continue switching or continue pushing the button on the joystick. And we're flying. Nice. So if we look at the meters, right? Let me do it here. We can see that the vertical speed is in the red zone, right? So we need to be careful about that. Also the RPMs, we need to reduce throttling. And you can see that the colors around the RPM are showing the correct color, right? So in this case it's green. You can see that the speed itself is not too fast. And this is how it worked, right? So it's pretty nice flying with it. You can see the lights also here, right? So you can even see the, I would say, the exhaustion gases here. Cool. And it flies pretty straightforward, right? So keep in mind that you need to have Airline Device installed on the machine and to load the profile, else it doesn't work. For those who are wondering, okay, which profile do you need to load? Well, what I did for testing purposes, I simply picked the first profile of this helicopter, which is the Airline Device Mosquito XE_1, and that works pretty well, as you can see. So let's see where we can put down the aircraft or the helicopter. Let's see if we can do it safely. See that there is even, I would say, a helicopter spot on this building over there. But yeah, well, let's not challenge ourselves too much. Whoop, and then we crashed it. Probably we did put too much pressure on the aircraft, so there's some more exercising needed to fly it correctly. So here ends this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you've got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below. And if you want to if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.